Take a look at the home behind us here, missing its back wall. This used to be the home where Willie George Epps used to live. It is no longer standing. In fact, you have to navigate through all of this debris. In his front yard right here, looks like his dryer machine. Right over here, this used to be the floor to his kitchen. This right here is the Tropical Taste restaurant. We know that because the sign is sitting in the parking lot here at this strip mall in Albany, and we are looking at this damage. Karen, it is so incredible to see how much damage there is right in this small South Georgia community. Look at the roof right here, just ripped right off. Walk with me around the corner. Look at this metal right here that was simply bent and torn and ripped so easily, and then walk around the corner over here. Look at the sheer amount of damage and devastation left behind. This is Hurricane Michael making its way into Georgia right now. It is very difficult to stand because of this heavy wind and all of this rain. This storm will continue to get worse throughout the afternoon, early evening, and even into parts of tomorrow. So as this rain continues, it's bringing with it that powerful wind. I mean, talk about lucky. They crawled out of the window just so they could escape this fallen tree. The businesses are already boarded up for the most part. A lot of this you'll see. These are sandbags that are blocking the front of the doors here. The idea here is when all of the rain hits, and there's going to be a lot of it, when all of this rain hits, these sandbags will hopefully stop some of that water from going inside a lot of these businesses. In fact, look at this right here, okay? We're going to walk over and show you the roots of the tree. And to give you just an idea of how powerful this storm was, I'm about 6 feet tall. Look at how high this thing goes, right? Amanda, we are live right now inside of a Waffle House. This is as close as we can possibly get to the scene. Let me set the stage for you where we are on Windy Hill Road. That's the Wells Fargo Bank right across the street that is at the center of this hostage situation. I can see a large crowd off in the distance. Okay, as far as we can see protesters in the middle of William Street. Some of them running to the crowd right now. The Chattanooga Recruitment Center behind us, where he first came and opened fire, we found about 50 bullet holes in the front window. But as this storm continues to track west, Georgia's coastline is reducing the number of mandatory evacuations. Some families here believing they may have dodged a bullet. And now picture this. A psychologist tells CBS News 80% of mass shooters showed no interest in violent video games. Grabbed a can of spray paint over the weekend, went to cars and homes. They did a lot of damage. Every day, Will, you have ridden your bike to school? Yeah, we got the seal of approval. Yeah, he's ready for tomorrow. Come on, Will, I'm going to beat you. All right. Neighbors say that's not all the damage that was done. In fact, he tried to back up, ended up going into the neighbor's home. Look at all of this debris. It might be their only hope to getting it back. Take, for example, Adamsville. The district says there are 381 students enrolled. The value of these stolen comic books, we're talking upwards of $250,000, $250,000. If you stop and listen to the world, you'll see art is all around us.
The colors on those pieces down there.
Like a painting.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
On a canvas.
Every artist hopes for people to interpret their work how they would and react to it how they would.
In northern Alabama, tucked away in an old factory.
See a color you like?
Down this long, creaky hallway, Dana Anderson is hard at work.
Want some more?
Bringing her latest masterpiece to life.
Some nice, strong brush strokes.
One stroke of the brush at a time.
She has definite opinions, with her color choices and the way she uses her brushstroke.
And it's the smile.
Okay with that? Okay.
The one right there. Janet Anderson has always wanted for her daughter.
She doesn't read or write or speak. A lot of people think she can't do anything.
Dana has Down syndrome and autism.
I'm sure her feelings are manifested in the art in some way.
Sherry Broyles first started working with Dana 2 years ago.
Tell me if you want more.
And quickly realized her talent.
She picks the tool, she picks the color, she picks the spot on the canvas, and then she goes to work.
This is Dana communicating like never before.
Art is a universal language, and she's participating in that language is the same as anybody else.
No, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Her work has captured so much attention.
It takes you to the place, the feeling that Dana must have when she does it.
It's now launching an exhibit in Atlanta.
I love the fact that the exhibit name is Beyond Barriers, because we're past the barriers. There are no barriers.
The family believes the gallery is the first of its kind locally, highlighting an artist with special needs.
The more I research, we are now saying she's the first artist in the South. And that is delightful and frustrating at the same time.
They hope Dana's art paints a new picture moving forward.
Special needs people aren't just part of the community, they are a vital part.
And if you stop and listen, you'll hear Dana when you see her work.
Right here, huh?
Dana has a voice, and this is the first time. She's 26 years old. This is the first time Dana has had a voice.
I like the way the blue and green are mixing.
I'm Adam Harding,
Yeah, you've already got some brown on there. You want some more?
CBS 46 News.
This is Sadie, and this is her story.
Everyone has a story.
Sadie likes to make boats out of boxes.
Some
I
just haven't been written yet.
do. I feel ballerina. Yeah.
At this Atlanta bookstore, the kids can't hold back their excitement.
You tacky and vaguely round monstrosity.
Their imagination captivated
May I have a cookie, please?
by today's guest reader.
My name is Edie Cheeseburger, and I am a drag queen. Does anybody know what a drag queen is? No?
You are looking swell, Manny.
It's usually adults listening to Edie.
Wow, how's everybody doing tonight? How's that chicken finger?
Taking in the racy drag show in Buckhead. But Edie is now flipping the script,
Oh, there's more.
keeping a PG performance for younger crowds
Look at all the cookies, you guys. Who in here likes cookies?
while sharing a story they've never heard before
I will pinch you and make you cry, Rock Warrior.
in more ways than one.
I think it's a really great step to kind of normalize it for children. Are you not entertained?
Parents seem to agree.
When I was a kid, I didn't know anybody who was like openly LGBT, and I think it's, really wonderful that young kids who are growing up now can sort of grow up just understanding, different types of people.
When nights are black and when days are gray, you'll be brave and bright, so no shadows can stay.
A moment of brightness in a dark world. And if that's progressive, then I'm here for that.
This new chapter in Edie's life,
She's not inside the box at all.
helping imprint new lessons
I'm not here to push some weird agenda or whatever. I'm here to entertain.
on anyone willing to just sit
Turkeys are silly.
and listen.
I get to be the better version of myself, and I get to reach out and tell my story and touch a lot of people's lives. Hopefully, going forward, people are more open-minded and they're less afraid to ask questions about people who are different. When I look at you and you look at me, I wonder what wonderful things you will be.
A character in a real-life story.
Thank you guys for being such a good audience.
With a twist ending few saw coming.
You guys are awesome. Do you enjoy that?
In Atlanta, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.
Okay, let's get the middleweights out here, please. All the middleweights.
This
Beautiful.
is strength on display
Nailed it!
for the world to see.
There we go.
Bodybuilders owning their moment on stage. But it's not their muscles that make them strong. It's their stories. Elite male athletes,
Number one, would you like to hit your favorite pose?
all born women, competing in the only transgender competition of its kind right here in Atlanta. 8 bodybuilders, including Kennedy Connors,
I was born as Ashley.
who brought us along
Yeah.
on his journey.
Honestly, I don't know who Who that person is, Definitely don't know that one.
From his past,
I see lack of confidence in almost every single photo.
Side triceps.
To his present.
The process of going through this is not easy. I will be completely honest with you. If you can imagine yourself going through male puberty and menopause at the exact same time, that's what it feels like on a daily basis.
A one-time struggle for Kennedy and his wife, Nikki.
Even though we had nights where we went to sleep with him without saying a word because he was just didn't even understand what was going on in his own head.
She didn't know who I was at one point. Hell, I didn't even know who I was.
So at some point I had to just stand back and let him go through it.
Next pose.
So he could find himself. And he just always knew that I was there and gonna be there.
A year ago, he had his breasts removed.
It was harder for me to find out who I was from the inside by spending time with myself than trying to put a label on me.
In the months since, he spent his time living in the gym.
Nice.
Exercising his depression.
You got it.
Fighting his weight.
One more.
And transforming his body.
Got it.
But more importantly, his mind.
Because I wasn't going to enter this year's competition. I was going to wait till next year. But I wanted to get out there and just completely do it. And regardless of if I win or if I don't win, it's just a matter of, hey, look at me, you can do this. So it's just trying to be some type of encouragement.
Number 1, Kennedy Connors.
It was never about taking home a trophy. It was about showing us all who he is and standing proud. In Atlanta, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News. They're stacked on shelves, lined up, and on display. Pieces of Martin Gillad's life.
Well, here you have Rock'em Sock'em Robots. These are the original from the mid-'60s.
Moments in time. He relives every single day.
Different items hold different memories.
His Douglasville home can sometimes feel more like a toy store.
It goes from G.I. Joe to things in the 60s and 70s all the way into the 80s and 90s.
His collection always growing, but his reason why never changes.
I think in this very fast-paced life, sometimes it's fun to just kind of retreat to a simpler time. And I think that many people that collect, especially toys, retreat back to that time when life was simpler. I don't look at something and go, I really want that because it's worth a lot of money. I want it because how it makes me feel.
After a little reflection, Martin realized the toys are king. This is where his imagination comes to life. Martin's always been a little artistic, a little creative.
I'm just drawing some crazy creature.
He began drawing on those childhood memories, illustrating to the world it's okay to think outside the box. Or in this case, outside the toy box.
Use your imagination. So whatever toy can be put in whatever context you want it to be. You can be outside, you can be inside, you can play on a couch, and hey, it could be a mountain.
And for a man with a child's imagination, he knew he could turn his hobby into his profession.
Atlanta has a fairly vibrant collecting group.
Sketching out plans for what's now one of the country's largest toy conventions right in our own backyard.
I think we're seeing a new wave of, honestly, whether you want to call this geek culture, but you're seeing that through movies. It's becoming normalized, I guess. And a lot of creative folks enjoy toys. I want to stay young at heart. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I take the world seriously, but at the same time, I want to have fun, and I want to be who I am.
In Douglasville, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.